210 days later, Norwich City have finally won at Carrow Road. Norwich City 3, QPR 1. We will try and find the words, try and find the emotion to sum up all 3 points. But I don't know if I can. Chris Reeve, we've won a game. That felt good, didn't it?
Come on.
That felt good.
Bit of relief.
Oh, God.
And people might have seen on social media after the last podcast, Jack, you fully fell down the stairs. So you know what that means? After every single podcast from now to the end of the season, you've got to fall down the stairs.
Let's go back a week to probably one of the darkest moments of 2025. We've just filmed the podcast. We've got Oxford and QPR up. We're like, if we don't get 4 points minimum from this, we're down.
Well, I think we might have said 6.
I was completely and utterly broken. And people would have seen where the studio is. It's up the stairs on the behind the scenes. I've packed up. I've gone downstairs. 5 stairs out from the bottom. I've fully gone. And your wall destroyed.
Yeah. I had to repaint my staircase.
I've had to order a new lens for the camera. Yeah. Completely smashed.
Well, this one's kind of still a bit broken,
Just a bit broken. Thankfully, no sort of soft tissue injuries or an ACL. So the TNC medical department doing a better job than Norwich City's at the moment. But yeah, not my finest hour, Chris. But still here standing. A little bit of a cold, a bit nasally today.
I'm not really happy that you've just used a bit of a Watford reference before we're about to play them. But anyway,
what?
I'm still standing, Elton John.
Oh,
come on,
blimey.
see, get that coffee in your
son.
We won 3-1. But what else are we talking about on this podcast?
Just
Jack?
winning.
Just winning.
Just how good we are.
Can we just say for this podcast, for this one podcast, let's just enjoy the win. Because honestly, I think we've definitely affected people's mindset.
Well,
because we have been miserable, and rightly so, by the way, because we have been shite.
Well, I am.
Let's get positive in this podcast, Jack. Come on.
I was in the Lion and Castle post-match, and the amount of people that came up to me and went, "Put that in your podcast." Bit of positivity in the podcast.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
No, absolutely, I will. As I was sipping on my
please.
celebratory Lakens. Look, a couple of stats before we progress. So Norwich City's last win at Carrow Road prior to Saturday was 210 days prior. It was managed by Jack Wilshere, remember him? That means that Norwich City's winless run at Carrow Road was longer than Henry VIII's marriage to the Anne of Cleves, longer than Adir's gestation period, and longer than all episodes of EastEnders if played back to back. Norwich City's longest ever winless run at Carrow Road since the war is over. Thanks to NCFC numbers for that and some other excellent statistics.
Thank God.
We're going to be discussing QPR. We're going to be discussing some really memorable performances from some of those individuals. We will be going through Philippe Clement, his passion at the end of the game, the atmosphere in the stadium. It was bouncing, wasn't it? There might not be so much positivity when we look at the next 4 fixtures, but we'll see how we feel when we get to that point. And of course, all of your Twitter questions. Chris, where do we start with that win?
I think Philippe Clement said it very well in his post-match, Jack. He spoke about the synergy. He used that word. The synergy between the supporters and the players, and you felt that from the off. The lads on the pitch, they went for it. They showed an attacking display. They managed to thread more than 4 passes together, which helps and is better than what we've seen throughout the rest of the season. They played great football, and the fans got more behind them. And so I think there was just this kind of belief in the stadium that no, enough of this nonsense now. Today is the day. And I have to say, I hold my hands up. I didn't expect it. I would have obviously loved it, but I didn't expect it because Oxford were the pub team, QPR are the football team.
But it's funny, Chris, isn't it?
The fact that we comfortably beat QPR, and it could have been 4 or even 5-1 in the end, Jack. In my humble opinion, it was a great performance.
And it's a strange league because we obviously haven't spoken on the podcast about that Oxford game either. Of course, we drew. We should have won. Oxford that night looked appalling. 3 days later, they beat Ipswich.
Yeah,
it's a really strange.
PP scored the winner, by the way.
Exactly, it's a really strange.
I would just like to say once more, I'm convinced he's not a footballer.
But he pops up, pops up and scores.
Pops up, Polish Prince.
I felt really indifferent leaving on Tuesday night. And I do want to go back to Tuesday night because I think that the context of this week is important because it felt so pivotal and it was nervy. And actually, I felt nervy going into it. I quite liked that because it felt like, I felt alive going into it.
Quite to feel confident.
The performance against Oxford was improved, but I still thought there was so much of it that was poor. We had a good 25-minute chunk in the second half.
But regardless of whether it being improved or not, we didn't get the win, did we?
We didn't get the win, and it felt like, at that moment, I was like, when is the next win coming? Because I just don't know if these lads have the ability to just find the way. So I was like, okay, there's bits of that I was okay with, but it still feels lacking. So different to Saturday, massively. Where I thought the intensity, I thought they looked just far more confident and
the pressing,
the really telling
tackles.
The really telling moment for me was we score the first, brilliant. They score within like 90 seconds, and I'm like, fuck, here we go again, right? Here we go again. But the reaction this time was different.
Correct.
It was weird. It was like, okay, well they've scored, we'll just go and score another one.
And again, with the context of Oxford, Jack, the fact that Clement, it's not just Clement, of course, it's his backroom staff, and by the way, those existing staff that were there before they arrived, and the players, you should give them credit too. The fact that they were able to switch from that such a disappointing, it felt like a defeat on Tuesday against Oxford, and the fact that conceding that late when we desperately needed a win, the fact that they've flicked that switch and played like that against QPR is fantastic. And as you said, Jack, the difference, standing in the Barclay after the Oxford game, it felt a bit numb. Yeah. Like we looked around at the final whistle, and it was almost like a bit of an eerie silence.
Well, I was utterly speechless.
We all looked around like
I was absolutely speechless.
When are we going to win? Well, I think at that point we'd resigned to the fact that we were never going to win ever again. And so the fact that they did that against QPR, fair play. And I think it just shows, Jack, that a lot of people have said, it's the players. The players aren't good enough. Those players are good enough.
Well, they're certainly better than where they are at the moment.
Yes, for sure. I'm not saying good enough. Am I saying good enough for the playoffs? No, I'm not. Am I saying good enough for... Absolutely not. I'm just saying they're good enough to compete. They're good enough to be at least mid-table. They're good enough to beat the painfully average sides in this league, like QPR. Absolutely.
Who are miles above us.
There's a fly in this room as we film this. Yes, no, look, overall, brilliant performance. And what I love, Jack, and you've got the team in front of you there.
Well, yeah, so there were
so many, all over the pitch. It was actually quite difficult for us to, so we do a graphic after the game of, who we think could be an option for man of the match. And we had to miss out a couple because there were so many good performances, wasn't there?
So there were two changes. Amankwa came in for John McCarmer, who I think pulled out late with illness. And Maatsen came in for Topic, who really sadly has done his ACL, another ACL. Sienat's and now Topic.
Sending him our best wishes, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Speedy recovery, Mick.
That's devastating because it came during a pretty good chance, didn't it? And I think he was kind of nudged and he got locked in. Really sad. We won't see Sienat's or Topic for the rest of this season. Maatsen comes in and we need to talk about this man. I saw a video that someone had put together of Maatsen's every single touch from the game against QPR. It was very reminiscent of Tom Tribal away to Leeds in the very famous midfield performance in the last decade.
Big shout.
That was a remarkable performance from Maatsen. And you could kind of see glimpses from Maatsen, but within that Manning system, I think everyone got lost. And I was like,
correct.
What is he? And
yes.
That was fantastic from Maatsen.
Yes, it was. But even in fact, no, don't worry, I'll say what I'm going to say later, actually, because there's a better part to say it. Maatsen, unbelievable. Sat-nav, tackles, energy, pressing. And by the way, tackles with a bit of meat on the bone as well. None of this sort of pussyfooting in there, smashing people. And that's what the fans want to see. Fans want to see meat on the bone. And we got it. And just, he was everywhere. I think the club released that graphic, didn't they? In fact, they said, didn't they, everywhere. And he was everywhere. And hey, look, I'm going to hand it over to you now. And look, I know it's only one game, but are you thinking in your head, Jack, given your very strong criticism of Ben Napper's recruitment, Are you looking at that performance thinking, do you know what? I could be proved wrong here on a few of these players?
But yeah, potentially, and I hope I am. I think there's the money spent compared to the output, I think has still been really disappointing.
Of course.
But, I looked at I thought McConville was excellent, and we'll get on some other players. McConville, Napa signing, excellent.
Yeah.
Darling, we know, is a good signing. Kovacevic is a good signing. Maatsen was superb. And then you've got, Forsen, Oscar Schwartau's played a lot of minutes. There's something in there as well. But Chris, we didn't sign these players to be battling in the relegation.
Of course,
but of course,
mate, I know.
Flowers where they're due. It was a good performance.
Correct.
I thought Maatsen was absolutely superb. And I saw a tweet that said, seasons are ultimately defined by games, but within those games, games are defined by moments.
Yes.
And actually, it's the intangible moments in games often that can be the difference. And you said it earlier.
What do you mean by that?
As in how hard you run, tackles going in, and actually that gets the crowd up. One of the biggest shouts from Saturday from the Barclay wasn't a goal, wasn't Forsen's wonderful finish. It was Mate Jurisic going in for a 50-50, fucking crunching.
Well, and also Jacob Wright coming on.
But
What a reception!
But these are easy wins for Philippe Clement.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm dancing around a little bit here, but I've been so impressed by Clement. I loved what he did on Tuesday night with Mate Jurisic. Getting him off, actually putting him on in the first place may have been a Clement error, but going, this isn't good enough.
Yeah.
I demand better.
Yeah.
And actually,
I don't ask, I demand.
And actually, fair play to Mate for going, that hurts the ego, but I will respond. And he comes on, and we saw more in that 10-minute cameo than we've seen from him in a year. A bit of effort, a bit of intensity, and it shows it's there. And it also got me thinking, what was Liam Manning saying to these players?
Oh, mate.
Because structurally, just actually put all of the tactics aside. The willingness to put some graft in.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I totally agree.
It is so noticeable after a week and a half.
Yeah.
It's remarkable.
Yeah. Like instant improvement, instant uplift. I mean, to be fair, I'll balance it up with, it couldn't have been any worse.
But that's what I mean. Yeah. Almost more embarrassing.
Yeah. No, I agree. Do you know? I know we're we're going through these players and dancing around it, but the thing that I would say that's actually, and everyone, and rightly so, by the way, headlines: Pell Maatsen for sure. Get that.
Wasn't man of the match though.
Kellen Fisher, of course, did, and we'll definitely talk about him. Michael Forsen scored. We'll talk about him. But there's two players I want to really highlight, actually, that really, for me, sum up the fact that, Clement is working his wand here, right? And that is Oscar Schwartau and Emi Marcondes. And you might say, why are you saying those players, Chris? Well, it's because of the fact that they went up 3 or 4 notches, 3 or 4 marks in terms of their performance levels. Oscar Schwartau was taking players on. Yeah, it wasn't sideways passing. And by the way, I'm a huge Oscar Schwartau fan. Still such a young player, played out of position and did so well. He was the one that started that Manqua Forsen goal. It came from his side.
That was a lovely move.
Drifted all the way out. And as well, Emi Marcondes, and I'm going to go for you because you're one of them. We're in the state, and everyone prior to me go, oh, Emi Marcondes. I'm reading the reply. Emi Marcondes, he's not good enough. I'm not having it. I think this team lacks experience. Marcondes has experience, winning promotion experience. He's played for some decent clubs, right? Comes in the side. What a goal. What a goal. And you went, well, hang on, Chris, it was a tap in from... No. If you watch it, Rory McConville, brilliant header onto him, but it's his positional awareness. Right place, right time, smashes it home. Congratulations to Emi as well, by the way. Obviously, because the baby is on the way, hence the cello. Love that. But look, I just think that says it all with Clement. The fact that those players that haven't been at the levels that a lot of fans have kind of spoken about this season. Boom, there we go.
I think it's also funny to kind of you can't and for both ways. I thought we were unlucky on Tuesday night. Marcondes, great chance, actually does
Sarge
quite well.
Kenny,
brilliant,
Sarge.
Brilliant block. Sarge misses a chance. Schwartau, great chance, unbelievable clearance off the line. Those two go in. You're talking about 3-0 win, happy days. It was almost the flip side on Saturday. Marcondes' goal, second bite of the cherry, falls about the box, lands to him, and then the own goal. right? Lovely whipped in ball, but it hits someone's shin, goes in.
Yeah.
We could quite easily be talking about a 1-1 draw instead. Brilliant win.
Yeah.
Those little fine margins
But you make your own luck.
often don't go your way in these relegation scraps, and it was just nice to go, oh, thank goodness.
But let me
Absolutely, I agree.
You know the answer why. You make your own luck, don't you?
I agree.
And the reason why is the intensity, the pressing, the pressure, the front-footed football, the fans backing them.
I do agree.
Like all of that stuff comes in. So it wasn't just it was luck. It was luck. It's like we made that. And it gives you a platform, and we are going to talk about it gives you a platform for Watford. Let's talk about Kellen Fisher, shall we?
Yeah,
because he's one that's been criticised.
Well, I think the criticism of Kellen Fisher has only come from a place of this is a young player who is clearly out of position. I think we all know that Kellen Fisher is a good player, right? Yeah. He was fantastic under Johannes Oftori. He was
second in the Player of the Season rankings last season. Look, he won the Young Player of the Season last season as well.
His development under Johannes was excellent. He is a right back. I think that's clear, or maybe even further forwards. He's had to play left back because there's no one else.
Yeah.
He might be back to right back now that Jack Stacey's pulled his hamstring, another injury, which is gutting.
Hopefully not.
But what you will always get with Kellen is 100% effort. He will fly into challenges.
Those Kellen crunches were back, by the way, weren't they?
They were back.
Some big tackles.
Slightly concerning that the QPR goal was basically identical to the Oxford goal. Cross from that side, comes in, free man, tap in.
But the centre-back should do better there as well,
Centre-back should do better. But I think that is again, a goal that comes from having your left side completely decimated. But Kellen was good, and I'm hoping, not just Kellen, but with every player, there wasn't a single player that progressed under Liam Manning. Everyone regressed. Every single player regressed.
Yeah, I can't off the top of my head.
And already, you've mentioned Marcondes, you've mentioned Schwartau. I'll throw Fisher into the mix. I also want to throw a future Norwich City captain into the mix that we'll get onto in a moment. But already, you're starting to see development from these players.
I just want to make a real point of this. I'll probably say it again. So I just think that the criticism of Kellen, because of the fact he's out of... I always think, like, if a player is playing out of position, they're having to play out of position, give them a break. Like, of course you can criticise them for not playing well enough, right? But I don't think his levels have been that poor to warrant the level of criticism that he's received. And some of the stuff I've read, like, this is a player that's in the England under-21 setup. This is a player that cost £120,000 from bloody Bromley. No disrespect to Bromley.
You've just disrespected them.
No, but the point is, he's gone from there to there. The hockey stick last season, like, fucking hell, guys, like, come on. Anyway, let's leave that in the past. Moving forwards, we can all see now 100% effort, 100% endeavour, 100% energy, 100% confidence. A bit of fucking passion about the boys now as well.
And also, for the first time this season, I've been able to sit on a match review and vaguely talk about the structure
You didn't know what to say.
No, I didn't. I got home. I'd had my little pint in the line.
What's a win?
I had my celebratory pint in the Lion and Castle. Soaked up the atmosphere. Went home. Sat down, nice and prompt. Camera on, and just looked at the lens. And I was like, I don't know what to say. I was so happy, but I didn't know how to sum it up because I'd forgotten what that feeling was. So I think from point of getting home to actually point of filming, it was about 90 minutes. It was a full another game.
I want to talk about another player. Come on.
Yeah, future Norwich City captain.
Oh, you're going to go there, are you?
Future Norwich City captain.
So before you start this, and I love the fact that you're doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on this. Jack's new TNC super fans or fans that have watched the channel for ages will know that Jack fell deeply in love with Yannick Wilshere, and anything he did, even if it was bad, meant that he was in love. He was in love with him. Deeply in love.
Good player.
He's found a new love, ladies and gents, and it's Rory McConville.
I love him.
Or as you say, Rory
McConville.
You've got this weird thing where you're in the stand literally growling, and I'm like, Jack, you're right. He's like, no, I'm just bigging up McConville.
Because he there's so much passion and kind of endeavour behind him.
Yeah.
He is.
You growl.
He's tall. He is
tall.
He's tall. But Chris,
he's tall.
He's tall. He's strong. He's handsome. and
you're actually in love with him, aren't you?
Look,
it's fine. Own it. It's okay. I really like him too.
What I love from McConville was completely overlooked by Manning. conceding goals every week, completely overlooked. Goes on international duty, couple of man of the match performances for his country, right? Have some of that, Philip, right? Yeah. Knocks on the door, probably fucking barges in, big ball Belgian against McConville. Would love to see that scrap. And McConville's like, I don't ask for a place, Philip. I demand a place. Thrown into the team.
Played him in his own game.
Thrown in the team. Brilliant against
Oxford.
I don't
ask, I demand.
And this was a sensational performance.
By the way, I think it's because 2 assists in 2 games as well.
Well,
stick that.
If you're looking at FOTMob, it was Matson with an 8.4 rating, man of the match, second by an absolute country mile. Ryan McConville 8.1,
second by a mile.
But what I loved about McConville, he'd completed his role in centre back. Yeah. He'd completed it. Can't get any better. And he's gone to the gaffer, mate. I'm getting a bit bored here. Can you put me out to right back, right? Put me in right back and I'll dominate there as well. Did that as well. Sensational performance. Rory McConville.
You can't say Rory.
No, I can't.
Rory. I think people are going to think we've lost the plot. We have, because we finally won a game of football. The other thing as well is I loved watching the highlights back. I watched them back like 4 times because we finally won a game of football.
Just on loop.
See, when I think it was when Forson scored.
Yes.
You see the camera pan out, and Rory McConville, he just goes absolutely mental in the celebration. I think he also did the same for one of the other goals.
I think it was Marcondes where he wins the header.
Yeah, and he just Rory just went the other way. He didn't celebrate with everyone else. He just celebrated towards the Barclay. And good on you, Rory.
No, I thought it was a very cultured performance, and it was, Chris.
No, mate, it's brilliant. I love it. No, I'm not used to you being so positive.
And actually, the best people in everyone's life are those that make other people good. Well, Harry Darling once again looked like a really competent defender.
Yeah,
Harry Darling is an excellent footballer.
He is a competent defender.
For 6 weeks, Manning made him forget how to play football. Right, and now you've got Rory McConville next to him. Sorry, I'll stop that. You got McConville next to him.
Keep going.
And Darling was excellent again.
Yes, he was. Right, here we go. I need to talk about him.
Shano?
Amankwa Thwarson is back. Amankwa Thwarson. Mate, honestly, I love the kid.
Do you?
I love the kid. I don't love him as much as you love.
You're saying McConville. Kid. I think he's older than McConville.
But really, I'm buzzing for Amankwa Thwarson. He's had a tough start to his Norwich career. A couple of big injuries. Had to get through those. Struggled to get himself in the team because of various reasons. Football is about moments, and I noticed in your match review, you were like, he's drifting out. He drifts out in and out of games. I don't care about that. From now until the season, remind me of this. I don't care. If a player drifts in and out of games, I don't care.
You have to care a little bit.
No, I don't, Jack.
No, you have to.
No, I don't, Jack. I'll tell you the reason why. Because if he drifts in and out of games and scores goals like that, he can drift in and out of games as much as he wants. I'm fine with it. Football is about moments, not spreadsheets, not data, right? And Amankwa Thwarson gave Carrow Road a moment. What a goal.
It was a lovely goal.
Really well worked, by the way. Brilliant team goal. But the fact that he manages to create the space for himself and the whip on it.
Yeah, the whippage was high, wasn't it?
The whip on it.
Huge whippage, yeah.
It really turned me on. And then, as if that didn't get me going enough, the celebration towards the snake.
Yeah.
And I've seen on the old Ghanaian FA TikTok.
But you've been deeper than Amankwa Thwarson.
Yeah, I was really. He got me going. I went into an Amankwa Thwarson hole, and started watching Ghanaian FA TikToks.
Is good output?
And really good output. And I watched his initiation dance.
Oh right.
And I thought, Amankwa, and I know Amankwa watches. Amankwa, we want to see your initiation Ghanaian dance
at the corner
towards
flag.
The snake pit.
Yeah.
We saw passion for the first one. I like that Amankwa. I'm fine with it. But moving forwards, I want to dance. Buzzing for Amankwa. Buzzing for him.
And actually, just on that move.
What a moment.
And there were a few moves like that where it was just free flowing. And as a fan, so freeing. But it was Sargent that picks it up. Unbelievable quick little knock from Marcondes.
Yeah.
Player coming. Yeah. See ya. And then Thwarson. Just a splendid goal.
And add the context he wasn't meant to start. Add the context he wasn't meant to start. and he comes straight into that role. Bosh.
Well, and actually, because he replaced Jovan McCarmer.
Yeah.
Philippe Clement said it was Big Jov that was meant to start. And actually, and I'll hold my hands up, when I saw that Big Mac wasn't in the side, I went, oh, no.
Big loss.
Because he's been so good.
Big loss.
But
Mac stepped up.
But with Forson,
massively.
and I think he does drift in and out of games, but so did Darren Huckabee, and he's one of Norwich City's best ever players, right? But what I'm saying is you can get away with players drifting if the structure's sound.
I'm not sure Huckabee drifted in and out of games. I think you're wrong on that. But I get your point.
Well, what I'm saying is if Hucks wanted to just hold the byline, he had Adam Drury, right?
What did Hucks do? Created
goals, moments. But what I'm saying is, Chris, and this you've twisted this, and I don't like the sort of beef you're trying to create between me and Darren. Really nasty of you. You can get away with it because he had a Drury, right? So what I'm saying is structure. You can get away with a little Forson moment, a magic moment, a dance at the corner flag, if you have structure. You're not getting away with a Michael Forson in a Liam Manning side. You're not getting away with Cristiano Ronaldo in a Liam Manning side because that structure was pathetic, right? But what we have now is a big, bald Belgium at the helm.
Yes, he doesn't ask, he demands.
Right? So if you want a little bit of force and driftage, good. Driftage, whippage, goal.
I don't know what any of that meant, but it sounded great.
You know what? I don't either.
What's the next talking point, Jack?
It's great to win, isn't it?
It is. Okay, what about the mentality moving forwards now that we've got the monkey off our back? We've got that win, and then the next 4 games, let me throw these at you, Jack. So Watford away, toughie. Sheffield United. Sorry, hang on, these are actually quite hard.
Yeah, it's a really
Watford
tough
away,
run.
Sheffield United away. They've
form.
picked up form now. Southampton at home.
Good form.
Preston away. Good form. But what's the mentality?
Well,
because now we've got a bit of something to work with, right? Who knows?
The concern is we've still got a huge injury list, and we're probably going to have we've 2 more from last week. Toppich and, by the looks of it, Stacey, right? Yeah. So without another 2. This squad is decimated.
You'll have Cresceno back for the next game, though?
Well,
will you? Maybe?
I don't know. Will you? Maybe. He's probably not going to start.
Yeah.
At least you go into it with your heads held high, right?
Yeah.
We've shown that we've got a bit of something about us.
Yeah.
We always win at Watford as well. Sarge usually scores 2, maybe 3, 4 potentially this time round. There is hope. Right, there is hope, and that can go a long way. Yeah. And actually, I think Watford, Sheffield United, Southampton, Preston, all very much of a muchness, right? Very average sides in this division.
No,
they are.
But no, they're above average, though.
They're not. No one's good in this division, Chris.
Right, Watford's away,
and look, I'm.
But anyway, the point of the talking point is the mentality now.
Well,
Jack,
okay, so the point
is let's go and attack these games.
The point of
let's
this
attack
is,
these teams.
as we said at the top of the show, right? As we said, 1 win, fantastic. Doesn't change a lot. We're still far adrift now as we were at this point last week. 4 points, right? This is where we'll see what we're really made of, right? A couple of away games, a tough home game.
Yeah.
If you can get through these 4 with 2 wins, right? And I think that is what you need to keep pace, because you've got Sheffield United who are near us. Oxford, I'm sure, will pick up a few more points. You do need to keep pace, so you do need a couple of wins here. This is where we'll see what these players are made of.
God, imagine if we went on a run now. Oh, I know I shouldn't get ahead of myself, but
I still think there's a lot to work on, and I still think performance, even against QPR, wasn't perfect.
I agree, and they did say after the game, I think Clement said, Dan, who does the interviews, he said what needs to change moving forward? He went, everything. Yeah. Change everything. I was like, bloody hell, what a sad indictment of Liam Manning's Norwich City. But anyway, look, let's go and attack these next 4. It's going to be tough. I think that there's going to be some losses in there. Sadly, I hope there's not. But let's go and attack them. Let's go and see what we can do. Backs against the wall, against better sides. Let's have a spin.
Chris, time for some Twitter questions.
Colin and Jack. Oh, before you do that, actually,
okay.
Hashtag of the pod. If you've listened to this, if you have listened to the podcast up to this point, use the hashtag #ManLikeMatson.
Man like Matson.
Manson. No, that's my best mate. Matson.
No, Manson.
Man like Matson.
Matson.
Okay?
Mystic Manson.
Or use another one. Sod it. Let's have 2 hashtags this week. We'll have Man like Matson or I don't ask, I demand. That can be the other one.
That's quite a mouthful, isn't it? Matt,
Yes.
rave McConville.
Oh,
He was
Matt.
absolutely class today. Genuinely looked like he wanted to do a two-man job at times when Duffy entered the pitch. Actually, quick word on Duffy. Thought he was actually quite good when he came on. Couple of defence-splitting passes. So, little word for Duffy. When he came on, he was good.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing that. So McConville, he is your new love child. He can do no wrong. But seriously, Jack, what a performance from Rory McConville.
Well, what I think what you needed is we are properly up against it, and we still are. So you need players who you maybe weren't expecting good things.
Yeah.
Or, no, let me reword that. You weren't expecting as high performances as quickly to break through. I think we saw it with Maatsen, and I think we saw it with McConville. You need those types to just break out and kick on.
Yeah.
And we've seen that. And look, I think the defence looked far better. They still conceded a really poor goal, as they did on Tuesday. But with a partnership between McConville and Darling, which I think we're starting to see, you've got something to build on, because the starting 11 has been so chaotic all season, chopping and changing. No one's known what the best team looks like. I think you are starting to see in that defensive unit, I think, who the best setup is. I think.
I like McConville, and I really like him because I don't know why. I just didn't really see him as like... I knew he was strong, but he's so much stronger than I originally thought. And I saw it when we were attacking a corner. He just literally shoves the QPR player off of him, like to just create some space for himself. He's a bit of a leader as well at the back, because he's quite vocal. That's something that Clement wants as well. He wants a player that's able to command from the back. That's why he unbelievably went with Shane Duffy. I just think Rory McConville has been so impressive. 2 assists in 2 games now. Could be the new centre-back partnership, him and Harry Darling.
I think it will be. I think it's the best one, yeah.
You really do love him, don't you, Jack?
I do. Tony says, statement, Philippe Clement will keep us up. His passion and organisation and helping our players, especially Mate Jurisic, I'm really impressed with. Clement is way better than boring Liam Manning tactics. Under Philippe, it's more exciting football.
Yes.
I agree. And look, I think let's stick on that point with Mate Jurisic, right?
That was interesting. It was a bold call.
It was bold, but look, we need bold calls, and
agree.
we need someone to. And as I said, he is the type of manager, Philippe Clement, who will get someone by the scruff of the neck. I'm not saying literally, but metaphorically.
Maybe. No, I hope literally.
And go, let's shake things up a bit.
Yeah.
Let's throw everything up and see where it lands. And I like that statement from Mate, because it wasn't just a statement for Mate; it was a statement for the entire team.
Agreed.
If I give you a chance and you don't deliver, you're gone. But I won't write you off. I'll give you the opportunity. Came out post-match and said, look, that's on me. That's not on Mate. He was ill. He wasn't the right option for that moment. And then he comes out in the press conferences. There's been double training sessions all week. He wants to prove himself. He gets given 10 minutes at the end of the game. More effort in that 10 minutes than we've seen for a year. Couple of big challenges. Crowds behind him.
Yes, agreed.
That's going to be huge for Mate.
Yeah, agreed.
But we go back to that point, and we often do, Chris. That Kenny McLean podcast we filmed.
Yeah.
Players have to take responsibility for the atmosphere, because fans bounce off players and players bounce off fans. But ultimately, it starts with the players.
Yeah.
Give us something.
Yeah.
Give us something to get behind. It doesn't take a lot.
Yeah.
You haven't got to score a worldie. You haven't got to go in for a lovely, massive crossfield ball. Just put some effort in.
Yeah.
Throw yourself about.
Fight, tackle,
That will get the crowd more excited.
And another part of that question statement, or whatever it was there, Jack, is the exciting football.
Well, it was...
And it is, isn't it? And the fact that we managed to... And look, I know it's only one game, but the fact that Clement has got us playing exciting football, or more exciting football again, despite the decimated side that we're currently having to field, very little's come off the bench, or known difference makers, if that makes sense, off the bench. I'm not sure if that made sense. Is a very, very good thing. So hopefully now, with players coming back, we can play even better football.
Well, I think the exciting football is one thing, but for me, what's even more pleasing under this Clement side is we concede that goal against QPR, and instead of my reaction, and I think I probably share the opinion of most, going, shit, well that's that done.
Yeah.
Let's just try and hold on to a point. It's fine. We've got 75 minutes of this game. We'll continue to create chances, and let's hope we take one. The response post setback is remarkably different. I think that's ultimately a mentality thing.
Yes.
That's not a technical thing.
Yes.
It's a belief in the structure, and it's a belief that my head coach has got my back and I've got your back, and I will try my very hardest to keep working. That was a really pleasing moment for me, because I know we conceded on Tuesday, but it was so late we didn't have a chance to respond. I was really concerned when that goal went in on Saturday, and then I was like, after 2 minutes, I was like, we're going to be fine. And that, in a relegation scrap, is going to be so important.
Yeah.
Because we will concede sloppy goals. We will continue to go behind in games. But to be able to have that mindset of, oh, we've conceded, it's okay, we'll find a way.
It won't crumble yet.
Massive.
First game, of course, lots to come, but it was a good sign. Charlie NCFC says, rave! But how nice is it to see if he raves?
Well, and I said it on the match review, right? Was it perfect? No. Are we 4 points adrift? Yes. Are we in the shit? Yes. But allow yourself a few days to just be happy.
Of course. Charlie NCFC says, rave. Despite facing lots of criticism, I think that Kellen Fisher contributes to show why he is a serious talent with a high ceiling. He's arguably the best 1v1 fullback in the division and is adapting to his role out of position. I'd start him over Stacey when all are fit. I think the main headline from that links back to my previous point, Jack, is the criticism of Kellen Fisher when he's been played out of position has been absolutely ludicrous. People are calling him like average or like, rubbish, and like, he is a player that has been put into the England under-21 side. We signed him for 120 grand from Bromley. He won the Young Player of the Season last season. He was second in the Player of the Season. Like, this is not a rubbish footballer. He is just playing out of position. So I think we just need to give him more support.
What I would say, there will obviously be people that get emotional about certain performances and fine. I think the criticism of Fisher and also other players has been this player hasn't been performing very well, which Kellen Fisher hasn't all season up until the last few weeks. But there has been the caveat of he's out of position. Yes. He's been under a shit head coach in a really poor side.
Yes.
So I think there has been that nuance.
Yes.
Kellen Fisher obviously is a very exciting young talent.
Simo Canaries' statement, we will stay up. Sam Levinson raves with a...
I want to go back to Simo. We will stay up. Where's your head at with things? Because you did say last week, if we don't pick up 6 points, it's done. And I have tweeted last week, that's us down.
It's unlike you to get ahead of yourself, Jack.
Yeah. So...
No, look, I still think it's a huge task.
It's massive, yeah.
In terms of mountains, this isn't a Ben Nevis, this is a Mount Everest.
And you're going up alone.
Will we be able to climb it? We're going to give it a go. And Clement's come in, and that is the oxygen mask, okay? We've given ourselves a lifeline, right? Now, what comes next in January? The support from the Sherpas, okay? To get us further up the mountain, okay? And then when we're at the top... Yeah? And we've tripped up, we've fallen over. We're going to need picking up again. And we're going to need someone from somewhere, an Amankwa Forson, to create a moment to get us to the peak, to get us to the top of the mountain. Now, look, heck, do I believe it at the minute? Not fully, but do you know what? I like this story. It's been horrific. We have been on the canvas. We haven't even been on the canvas. Been thrown out of the ring.
Yeah, we're unconscious.
Bleeding, unconscious. And do you know what? Clement's got us back in the ring. We're a bit dazed at the moment, but we've thrown a punch back. We've thrown a punch back, right? Fucking good. Do I think we'll stay up? I don't know. Do I think that we needed 6 points last week? Yes. But I quite like this now. Yeah, there's a bit of passion about us again, and that's okay. We've said, you look at the next four.
Tough.
Watford, Sheffield United, Preston are in there. Southampton. They're really tough games. But heck, let's stop from this point. What could go wrong? Of course, we can focus on what could go wrong, but what could go right? What if we put a run together over the next 4 games? Come on.
I think as well, and I said it even in Liam Manning's last game when we led against Leicester for 15 minutes or whatever it was, you could feel that Carrow Road is desperate to get behind this group of players. Yes. Desperate to just be excited, right?
We want to be excited, positive, and get Carrow. We want to get the bloody hats on.
And we had it for half an hour against Oxford, and we had it for most of the game against QPR. Yeah. Under Clement, there is a real opportunity here now to unite this fan base. We want to be ecstatic. We want to be supportive. We want to get behind these boys.
Yeah.
It won't take much for that to really unify. We've got an exciting opportunity under Clement here.
Couple of points on this, right? Ashley Snelling says, I've seen enough. The Great Escape is on. Give us the title. HMS Piss League. So obviously that's ludicrous, right? Philippe Clement's Yellow Army. Then Al the Win says, if we acted a month earlier, playoffs would be a possibility, by the way. So like, okay, the point is, by reading those two out, Jack, is there's a bit of belief that's been injected back into the fan base
and
again.
Belief and hope is critical.
And that's the difference that one win can do. Well, imagine what 2 wins can do. And then all of a sudden, you've got 2 wins in a row. Fucking, come on. It's just... I think Connor Southwell said it on the Pinkham podcast this week, or maybe it was Sam Seaman, that this league, more than ever this season, is about momentum.
Yeah.
Because there are so many bang average sides.
Well, everyone's just very similar.
Yeah. So a bit of momentum, and all of a sudden you're out of it.
And that goes both ways.
Look, we've
certainly seen the momentum of losing.
Well, absolutely. And look, we are still adrift. We're still in a really real sticky point, right? But like, come on, let's have a go. Let's fight. Sam Adamson says, Rave, Pell Matson is the second coming of the Lord himself. Well, hell of a player. Maybe this squad isn't as bad as we all thought.
And Callum says, Rave, Peliester in midfield.
Peliester. You can tell now why Napa wanted to bring Pellin earlier in the window.
Yeah, because was he the original target, or was Topic the original target?
The reported original target, and then and then they ended up getting them both. It was a bit of a weird and wacky one.
I think with Matson, I mean, he's a completely different player to Topic, which was almost confusing as to like why they were trying to recruit for the same position. Anyway,
no idea. Don't get it.
But Matson is a proper like workhorse. He'll just cover so much area. Yeah. And we've not had that for so long. We've had good midfielders since Ollie Skip. Yeah. But like we haven't had someone who can just cover ground.
Just on the sort of covering ground thing, and Marcondes said it, and also I think Clement mentioned it as well in their post-match interviews. They both used the word positions. I think they both used the word structure as well. And obviously, again, a real kind of sad indictment of what we were enduring under Liam Manning, where there was little to no structure. And I'm sure that Marcondes said that it was to do with their positions as to why that they could run as much as they were running now, and why they could be better in many respects. I think it's a really, really good point. So yes, for sure, Matson was an outlier in terms of his performance. It was unbelievable. He was everywhere. But Jack, we're now the boys against QPR are in positions where they can do more. And I think that's important to highlight.
And I think if you're an Emi Marcondes, if you're a Force and a Manqua, you are more willing to take risks, play the risky pass, because you know if you give it away, someone's going to... Yeah. Because I suspect if before you were like, shit, if I give the ball away, we're in trouble because there's no midfield. So actually you can go, I will look for the risky ball. I will play the because if I give it away, well, Peliester's behind me.
Let me put the cat amongst the pigeons. Errol Mundle-Smith. Right? Tyler Coach's statement. Errol Mundle-Smith will be the next Jonathan Rowe. I'll tell you what. I liked what I saw when he got subbed on.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Fast, happy to take
in some good
people
positions.
On. Got a corner. And it was like, where you're saying, no, hear me out.
Got a corner.
No, hear me out. Like, you can take the piss all you want, right? And I know our standards.
Good work, Errol.
Right, hear me out, right? As a winger, okay, your job is to make something happen, yeah? Put the team on the back foot. And if you're going nowhere and there's no option, just fucking smash it into the defender and get a corner. I was really impressed with Errol Mundle-Smith. And why are you getting carried away with Errol Mundle-Smith? I'm not. I just like what I'm seeing.
No,
and he's a player that you would have... I mean, heck, by the way, again, let's have a dig at Liam Manning again. Remember when he brought him on? Was it right back or left back? Yeah. And now what is he, right forwards, isn't he? Like, it's crazy.
Well, I think the reason people are getting excited about Errol Mundle-Smith is because we've not seen the introduction of an academy player for so long, properly.
True also.
So, you had that run with Aarons, Lewis, Campwell, Godfrey, where just half the team was academy product.
Yes.
Well, now it's the other way. So actually, this Mundell Smith lad, I've seen he's come through the academy, done really well, gets the opportunity in the first team. Yeah, is he going to be a world beater straight away? No, of course not. But lovely to have that passion again.
Yeah.
This is a good one from Charles Coker. Hello, Charles. We've swapped the poor Championship manager for a Champions League manager. The difference in every aspect is night and day, man and boy. Norwich City stay up and win promotion next season with the Mark Atanasio cash. I can dream now. Look, Charles, you're getting a little bit carried away, but good, right?
I can dream now. What a lovely thing to hear.
And this is the point. So I had a lovely chat. Once again, my best conversations often do come in the Lion and Castle.
Mate,
not on
are
a
you
Monday.
on a retainer or something? Like, why do you keep plugging the Lion and Castle?
They've got late because I had a few
because
nice chats, right?
They've got Lakers.
And I was chatting, I forget his name, but he said he'd been going to Carrow Road for 60 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's seen the good, the bad, and the proper ugly.
Yeah.
He described Manning's football as the worst he'd ever seen in 60 years.
Can't argue it.
And he said, I was dreading coming to Carrow Road on Saturday against QPR.
Yeah.
But he said, I leave with hope. I leave with
hope.
hope.
Yeah, you said that in your review.
And I thought that was a brilliant summary. Because hope can take you a bloody long way.
Just speaking of coming to Carrow Road, slight tangent, but I want to read a post from the weekend, and this kind of this is a bit random.
What, the sing of the weekend?
This is a bit random, but stay with me. We're in the Barclay, and I noticed that Mike, who normally sits in front of us to the right, he wasn't there.
Oh yeah.
You're now going to be thinking, why are you talking about this, Chris? But just stay with me. And there was a bloke that was next to you, Jack, to the right, called Matt, and he introduced us. Sorry to interrupt. It was really, really lovely. So I just want to say, massive well done for the channel. Really respect your work. That very kind of you, Matt. And I had no idea what Matt was going through in that game, right? And he was really lovely, and I just nice to see
Matt.
someone. Yeah, went home fine, and then he put this up on social media after the game and said, "It was my first time going to the game on my own today. Never had the courage to do it before, brackets anxiety, but glad I did today. I just want to say a massive thank you to those who were around me today for having a chat and making me feel welcome. Chris Reaver, amongst others, top guys, thank you." So I just want to say,
I didn't see that.
I just want to say to Matt, read it. I just want to say to Matt, fucking big up to you, mate, and big up to you. He's, people don't like anxiety is a real thing. I wanted to highlight that. We like to talk about, topics on this podcast that, society, needs to about mental health, grief, anxiety. And I just thought, do you know what? I just wanted to say, well done to Matt. And it just shows the impact of what coming to Carrow Road can do, Jack.
Well, I also think, if your mates don't want to go to Carrow Road, fair enough, who does at the moment, it is a daunting thing to go on your own.
Yeah.
But actually, I've very few times have I gone to Carrow Road on my own, but you can you're all there for the same reason, right? It doesn't matter if you're there in a group of 8 or you're on your own.
When you're singing together.
You're all together.
And by the way, when we're playing great football, and you're arm in arm and you're celebrating, and all of a sudden you've got a randomer kissing you on the forehead, great. And what about this from...
Well, just quickly, I suspect for Matt as well, and for everyone, I left Carrow Road on Saturday fucking buzzing, right?
Happy.
And I suspect Matt was buzzing as well.
Absolutely. Matt, well done, my friend.
And also well done to for everyone for making him feel welcome.
Absolutely.
As we should.
Fudge for Brains says seasons are made up of matches and matches are made up of moments.
Oh, that's the tweet I ripped off earlier and quoted as my own.
One of the biggest roars on Saturday, we're going to speak about roars on Saturday as well, was when Jurasek blocked a cross, captured the turn around the post, Manning. Everyone working for the team loved that from him. Give the fans something to believe in, and they are all in. So, what I'm going to pluck from that, Jack, is the roars on Saturday. And I tell you what, there's one I want to mention. Right. Fucking hell.
Go on.
Still, you see the hairs come up.
Yeah, see it.
Right, so after the game, obviously, we've had the Fratellis.
Good playlist.
We're buzzing, I'm waving goodbye to the QPR fans. I'm back, and the Norwich fans are fucking giving it scarves off. There were people with their tops off.
And it was cold.
There were people with their tops off, pounding their chest, right? Class, right? Anyway, players make their way round as always. They get to the Barclay, clap, clap, clap. And all of a sudden, just when I think it's over, Philippe Clement lets out this roar, right? And the way he it wasn't like a like that.
No.
He went for like a sideways. Rah,
That's the key thing. The
like
second
that.
one.
It was the rah, like that. And mate.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing I loved about it wasn't orchestrated.
Come on.
The players were buzzing.
Yeah, none of that orchestrated
Right,
stuff.
Errol
Passion.
Mundell-Smith hugging Sargent, brilliant scenes, right? Clement coming round, and I'm like, oh, he's
being polite.
He's going to play the composed card.
Yeah,
and you know what? Fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah.
We know what you're feeling, but you're going to play the composed card. And then out of nowhere, he's got a little bit, come on! And then it was the second one that did it for me.
God.
It was the one's not enough.
The goods. And like, at that moment, I just thought, that was the moment where I thought, I could be wrong.
About what?
About us going down, potentially. I've not said it. I've not said we are, but I could be wrong in doubting this side. When I felt that roar from Philippe Clement, I thought, fuck. Could you imagine being in the changing room with him bellowing out at you, the big bald Belgian bellowing instructions at you?
It's
I don't ask, I demand.
Yeah,
sideways punches.
It has been a remarkable turnaround, and I think we knew with Manning that like this is absolute bottom and it can't get worse.
Yes,
but and again,
it's one
Flowers. It's a shame he's not here now because I'd give him some hand-picked flowers for the hiring of Philippe Clement, Mr. Napper.
No, look, honestly, I just thought fair play. It's only one game, and I know that some of the comments on this podcast will be, "Oh, you boys are getting carried away." Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're fans, fanatical by nature. It's literally the definition of fan. Okay, like we are allowed to get emotional and like please enjoy the win. Like how many shit games have we endured this season? Like just enjoy the win.
Who are the two most iconic Welshmen in history?
Ewan Roberts and Craig Bellamy.
Okay, so that's okay. So the third most iconic Welshman in history is Tom Jones. All right, and Ben Jones has created a chant for Pell Matson inspired by the song Sex Bomb by Tom Jones.
Okay.
And he goes, Matson, we've got Matson. He plays in midfield and his hair is very blonde. Matson, we've got Matson.
Yeah.
And Matson just turns me on.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Yeah, I love a bit of that.
He was awesome,
Is
wasn't
that
he?
going to catch on in the back?
No, but I needed a little bit of Tom Jones on a Monday morning. Matson, we've got Matson. He plays in midfield and his hair is very blonde. Matson, we've got Matson, and Matson just turns me on.
Do you know what? I think that's got legs.
Imagine a front three:
because
Craig Bellamy, Ewan Roberts, Tom Jones.
Yeah, because Norwich fans tend to struggle with more than one verse of anything, so that could do it.
Well, I don't think it's catching on.
Why?
But
Why not?
But
let's push for it.
But I think we needed it. Napper's sexy Schwarzau says, is this even a word? Rambunctious rave.
Don't know.
We're 18 points off the playoffs.
Oh, fuck it hell. Right, I'm not there yet.
Okay,
because
so
he's got one win, but I tell you when I will be there. If we go undefeated for the next 4 games.
Oh wow,
that's when I'll be there.
I think there's going to be a couple of changes on Saturday in terms of team. I think Kenny McLean reverts to left back.
Well done, Einstein.
I think Kenny McLean reverts to left back.
Yeah.
And I think Mr. Jacob Wright comes in the centre of the midfield.
Would you maybe put Rory a left back because he covered there? You know, fine.
Fisher back in preferred position.
That's not what I want.
McConville, Darling, McLean, introduction of Jacob Wright, who nearly scored, by the way.
Yes, he did.
Nice to see him back.
Another thing, it was unbelievable. I've not heard a sub get that sort of reaction in a long time. We were all singing hallelujah, hallelujah. It's true, isn't it? I can't believe he's not played more minutes.
I'm really happy. Really happy.
You enjoy being happy. Well done. Be more positive now, all right?
Well, I've got something to be positive about, right? Look, we're not out of the woods yet.
No, I know we're not.
I'm doing a watch along for Watford, and I'm doing a watch along for Sheffield United. I suspect my mood over the next week looks something like this, and I'm okay with that.
But hold on to that win against QPR and think there might be something here.
There might be something. Hope.
Something.
Hope is the key word.
Hope.
Look, thanks so much for all of your support recently. It's been hectic few weeks. We had the interview. Well, you had the interview with Henry Winter.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
Yeah,
If you haven't
thanks
yet
for that.
seen that, check it out, because I think that gives a nice sort of lens onto the Norwich City ecosystem from a slightly more outside, neutral point.
What about this? Let me sprinkle a bit of this on.
Okay.
This week,
Yeah.
hello,
Yeah.
there might be a Christmas TNC podcast special coming
Really?
this week.
With who?
I wouldn't like to say, but all I'll say is the Norwich fans will love it.
Santa. You've got an exclusive with Santa Claus.
Yeah, big Sans.
Look, thanks very much. Loads of content continuing to come your way.
Hashtag man like Matson.
Man like Matson.
Hashtag I don't ask, I demand.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.